So we're back.
Project Casa.
Are you ready for another episode?
Ready for another episode. Yeah.
Design in 7? I don't know if you're ready. It's gonna be spicy. The design's gonna be all different. It's the layout, it's gonna be the same, but I cannot wait to show everyone what this property is going to unfold. So I'm here at Project Casa checking in on progress. We are at the construction phase right now and here to meet up with a couple team members from Tan Construction, the owner himself, and the electrician. He is currently working in the basement, finishing up some stuff for inspection on Monday. Doing something amazing, like always. We have this beautiful large island here running across, and then all of our millwork with custom hood, and we have this massive pantry. It's mostly like a butler pantry, servery almost. We're super excited to show you guys later what our design looks like. Should I give you a hug? Are you dirty? Yeah, you are. That's okay. Today, Antonio's here to do the rough-ins in the basement for electrical. And main floor, second floor, basically completed, waiting for inspection next week.
For Monday, yeah.
For Monday? Okay.
The only thing that's going to cause us delay, which is there's no longer delay, is the bricklay outside and the precast. Those is the main one that affect his connection into the house with power and everything else. But those main ones are done. So far inside, maybe trade here and there, but otherwise, a week and a half, just
Okay.
like, you know.
Okay. Up from like demo to build up to finishing the styling portion of it is 2 years. Like that is this average time. And for us pushing for 7 months, well, his timeline anyway, we have to work like triple the time to make sure that deadline is being, met at the end. So, but it's exciting. I was thinking to do a larger wall paneling here, and then we'll do whatever, like the stone between the two. I want to put stone here, like the focal point with like, even if we do stone and then do a floating of some sort, because this is a dining area for people to host. Even though we have a pantry for storage of all of anything for hosting, I feel like adding a piece of something here will create that balance between the living room and the dining room, because it's an open concept space.
What you think is not wrong, correct, look beautiful, piece. But you remember, wall never be 100% perfect. And when you're doing that, you eliminate all this casing, but you need to actually, when you start doing this, the edge and the turn around, then you close it all up, then you actually interrupt the archway on the other side that's not even looking between two of them. That's a problem that I have here. Whatever you said is, I'm agree, 100%. But into a situation, things gotta close up to block, to divide this, to let this even look. And then you can have this, but the edge over there cannot be exposed. The wall, like I said, is not 100%. So,
Well, what do you mean not 100%? You mean like the
every time you do
spacing?
No.
Or like
the level, right? Wall is never level perfect after you're taping in drywall. And when you put the stones up and you don't want to see the stone till, you level the stone perfectly. And I don't want to see the edge of the porcelains. Then you have to build something. You got to build something to just close these things up. And then, so that way you separate this thing between the casing, archway, go through in there. So that's the only issue I have.
I understand. I just, at the end of the day, I still think that something needs
Something
to
can go in here.
But it can't just be wall paneling. It can't just be wall paneling and call it a day and just leave it the way that it is. I feel like there should be more to it. So we'll revisit what that would be.
What that's gonna be, yeah.
Because one, we're gonna draft it out and see if we can put the stone that we were thinking to use here. We can transition that onto this wall to create that one single room. Meanwhile, there is a divide between the two. So we will revisit this.
This opening over here, we need something not just casing and a paneling inside. So these opening has to be interesting. When you sit on that side, when you sit over here, cannot just be a glass railing with a handrail. No. All right.
We'll come up with something for this particular opening from the front foyer to like look up into the living room, for sure.
When he did the first project with me, I lowball him. And he made it. He made it. He came through, even though losing money. Well, maybe he makes some little bit. But you know what? He came through to show me, impress me.
Of course.
And that's why he's here today with me. Yeah. Hang on, let me just put this one back into
You
where
bet
it's supposed
we have
to be.
the heated floor here, right?
Heated floor. And I go, oh, this is a nice feature. Like, you know what? Yeah, which is great. Maybe the client will be happy.
Yeah.
Look at the shower right now. We actually
huge.
made into something like
I love it.
really, it's gonna be a big bench. And we have to add the walls after the insulation and poly go on the top. You know what we add? We add
A full niche.
a strip light. Underneath.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the addition with the LED and with the heated floor in this ensuite.
Press a little bit in this basement, shallow but high, and everything hide it inside the ceiling.
It's amazing how this height in this basement, what is 138 inches high?
13 feet.
So 13 feet. And then all the HVACs are inside.
Yeah.
And we still have 13 feet.
We
So
dropped 2 feet off the original ceiling. You know what it is impressive. It's like they just leave it up to us to build and design. They trust Tan Construction and toward Tan's interiors.
Project Casa and Project Embro, they're very similar in layout, pretty much identical in layout.
Identical.
The reason why we distinguish the two properties, since we design these custom specs home with Tan Construction, which is Eric, the owner of the company, we strive to create and design spaces that are super unique every single time, even though Project Embro and Project Casa are pretty much identical in layout, all the finishes will be different. From the front foyer tiles, from the millwork design, from even the wall paneling, molding will also be customized.
Different profile.
Everything is going to be different. Door profiles, and you just wait and see. Everything is different from one another.
I like it. Actually, I like this one. The way how I see it's better than the other.
I don't know, he says it's better, but we'll come back when we finalize two properties and we'll ask him that same question and see which one he's gonna say.
Two different look, I guess, but I like this one better.
Because the layout of the two properties are so similar, I know you have seen the design for our foyer closet. You haven't seen the tiles that we selected yet. So stay tuned for that. We will show you very soon, finalizing it.
Is it going to be over budget again?
Listen, I mean, it's not going to be over budget, but it's, I don't know, wait and see. Wait and see. And you know that I always have something in my back pocket to come through with that. Okay. This is going to be different too. Whatever we choose in the front, in the family room, in the kitchen, they all have to complement, but create that hint of contrast, right? Thank God that you're okay to do these sconces in this property.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've been yearning for these fixtures.
I know it's going to cost me almost $4,000 for 4 scones.
Listen, it's all going to be worth it at the end. And then when you look at this property, when it's all done, you're like, oh, you know what? Future homes, I just listen to Ching and her team and just let her do whatever she wants to do. And just carve up that money.
Yeah, okay.
It would be perfect.
And when we open lucky, when we install this, there's no knot.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Do you see what he gets excited?
Yeah.
Just because the hub floor doesn't have knots. He got excited because of it doesn't have any knots. Well, anyway, so we chose naked oak for this property.
No, naked oak, they only have 16. Daybreak selects.
So you chose Daybreak when we decided on naked oak.
Same color. We put it, but only 6 inches you got.
But you never called me and let me know that. Okay, so we decided to go with Daybreak hardwood floor. Originally, we chose naked oak. However, this man has his own way of doing whatever he's doing. But next time, we have to make sure we're on the same page. Okay, thank you. So this is going in. The second floor is done. We're starting on this main floor, and then the basement is just gonna be the same color, right?
Yeah, same.
Perfect. The light color on the wall is from Benjamin Moore's called Old Prairie. And because the color is creamy, has that gray cream undertone, we're going to do 70% color. So it's not too saturated. We're trying to still have that pop. Some HVAC was supposed to be in the powder room, and you decided to move it up.
Yeah.
Thank God, because
Otherwise, we're gonna have a little funny walls inside the powder room. And
Right.
also affect the stairway. So we have to return in a different way for the rain to run.
right,
So we move it up here, so less issue.
less issues. And because we have a larger laundry room, so this wouldn't be like an issue. In this ensuite, we are doing something different than Project Emerald.
Probably, yeah. Actually, the layout, rectangle like that, but it's completely different. Look.
I don't think we have the bench, right? So I remember you mentioned that you wanted LED strips here, and we are getting it since we prepped the electrical wire for that.
And we do heated too.
And heated flooring.
Yeah, we do heated
Yes.
floor here too.
Okay, so I'm excited for this ensuite. Again, if you've seen Project Emerald Principal Ensuite, this is something else. So,
This is gonna be something very nice, and it's different. I like the shower. I really love the shower.
so we never get used to the same design. We can't get too comfortable. So every space we design is super unique and super different. Now drywall is up.
Finish, taping,
Fin-
finish, sanded, prime, hardwood floors are already installed.
Now we're just waiting on completing the construction phase by adding trim, millwork, tiles, and the whole jazz. We're back at Project Casa, and today I'm with Rachel.
Hello.
And we are doing some paint swatches on the walls for our 3 floors, main floor, second floor, and the lower suite. So let's get started. Rachel, here's our view. And we're gonna start shaking the paint really, really, really hard, like what Rachel's doing. And then we're going to open them one by one and using the sponge brush to basically easy to swatch it on the walls, and we get to see the different tint in these paint colors. I'm gonna start with Arcadia White, 25% lighter, since when we checked out Arcadia White, it was a little bit more on the taupey white, so I wanted to see if we go 25% lighter, what that would look like. And Rachel is using white down, also 25%, because again, the color seems to be on the taupier side, and we want to see what it looks like if we do 25% lighter. So let's swatch it on the wall. Okay. Well, I'm excited to do this.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
it's actually nice.
Ooh, that one is a bit more on the warmer undertone. Oh, I like this. I kind of like this a lot. So we're gonna do a couple, I think layers, just to get the color to come out. And then the next 2, we have 5 in total. So what do you have, Rachel?
So this one over here I have is the Spanish white, 25% lighter.
Spanish white. Okay. I have Swiss coffee, also 25% lighter. As you can see, this is a trend of us going lighter in these neutral taupey undertone white. because we don't want the house to feel too warm. We want it to feel bright and airy with an undertone of like a warm color. Wow. See, this is Swiss, yeah, I have used Swiss coffee before, but I used 30% lighter. So this is 25%, so we still get that warm undertone, 5% more than what I used to. It's not bad. Now, let us see the next one. So this is Simply White,
Which is a classic for us.
it's a classic color for us. We love Simply White. We have used it many times before. It's just that perfect white with like that nice and buttery warm undertone. But we're trying to go a different route with a different tone of white. So we'll see which one will work best for us. Okay, do you see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, I don't know. We might have to go back to our drawing board and oh my goodness, look at the white. It's so buttery and mind you, we are swatching on drywall. They primed it, but they haven't fully sanded it all down. So we are getting like closest to the finished primed wall before painting, but not really. So we get to see the color, what it would look like if the walls were to be fully sanded and reprimed. You can't even see the color. I feel like Simply White or Arcadia White, since the rest seems to be so much darker than we prefer for all the walls on 3 floors. So we'll come back and do another round. We're in the powder room and I want to swatch this color on the walls because it's going to create this moody aesthetic in this beautiful powder room that we designed. So the color will be the same color as our millwork. And I cannot wait to show you. So I'm gonna shake this up a little. And in this color, we're going 100% color since we want that deep, oh my God, can you look at that? Look at this color. Beautiful. Oh. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. First coat. I'm gonna go a little bit bigger though, so we get to see a little more. So you see this warm taupey undertone green. Again, this color is called Night Owl from Benjamin Moore. And we're doing this at 100% color to get it as saturated as possible. I love it so far. Okay, I'm gonna do on this wall as well because we don't have natural light bouncing off on this wall. And I just wanna see what it would look like after it dried. Whenever we decide on paint color for, let's say for the whole house or for a particular room, we tend to swatch it on different walls in the room to get a better idea what it looks like, where the lights are bouncing from. And in the evening, we would only be using pot lights or sconces, so we get to see if it works really well during the daytime and nighttime. So that's why we're doing swatches on different walls in the same room. It looks similar. It looks similar to, looks a little bit more like olivey on that side. Looks a little bit more green on this side. You know? You know what we're using with the countertop?
Green.
So for the countertop, stay tuned, but it's going to have this wow factor on the countertop and then a little backsplash. Oh, I cannot wait to show you. But stay tuned. I'm gonna paint Arcadia one more time. I think this is like, I don't know, 3rd coat. Just wanna see what it truly going to look like if we were to go with it. I'm kind of sad because I was rooting for simply white because that's our like go-to color. But then at the same time, I'm happy that I'm able to choose a different color for this house. I think that is going to be our color for this house. Arcadia white from Benjamin Moore, 25% color. Behind me, you see the servery, pantry into our kitchen. I'm gonna take you through it. We have this going on at the moment, and then our countertop have started to be installed as well. As you can see, this beautiful quartzite here we have, and so much more is happening in this property that, again, our timeline is super sensitive, so everything that we have to do that needs to get done is crucial that we get them done at the pace of our client's timeline. In this family room adjacent to the kitchen, last time when we were here, the fireplace had just been framed. Now we have the sheetrock went up, preparing it for our stone to go in when we have our cabinetry coming in. So we do this almost simultaneously to have the millwork installed and getting the stone fireplace prepared as well. Wow. Last time I was here, there was nothing like this. All the baseboards have gone in. Wow, that's so good. So they're working quite fast. I'm on the second floor and we're going to, wow, this is so good. Panelings start to go in. Trims, I think they're all done. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, so I want to show you the principal ensuite. They are currently still working on tiling this. As you can see, all the tools are everywhere. Wow. I cannot. I want to be here when the tiler is here so I can talk to him. All the goods that he's been doing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I cannot wait for all this to get tiled and this side of the ensuite to get tiled. The same as our floor. We have a bench in this ensuite compared to our other ensuite, so it's something really special. I love them all, and when we design spaces, we don't like to do the same design throughout the different properties. So for us, this is really important to make sure that our design comes through and every home is unique. Last time I was here, the floor had gone in, but the shower floor, he just started, and now the shower walls. I'm so happy that we decided to go with this niche, continuing the same porcelain tile into the niche box wall and not separating it or not create that disconnection. I am so glad we did this. This is so beautiful. So for us to create contrast in this ensuite, we decided to go with creating a box in this niche using these white quartz instead to pull the white off of the porcelain veinings, and because our walls are gonna be that warm white to tie it all in, it would be perfect. I am so happy. Look at the shower floor. This is perfect. It's like a marble mosaic. And I'm glad when the tiler installed this, he doesn't just do like a straight on kind of installation. So this gives it like a diamond look to the shower floor, and it really works well with our dark, super bold porcelain tiles. And also it shows a little bit of this gray marble in the mosaic that complements the quartz, like the niche box that we are contrasting against the dark porcelain. This works very well. I'm super happy. It's really different when we look at the materials when we are selecting it, go against our drawings and compare it all and making sure that we're choosing and selecting the right materials and colors. So seeing in person every single time, it always gives us that feeling of it came together, you know? It's not just like, oh, we're just guessing it and whatever, but this comes together every single time when we're selecting materials and seeing in real life when it's installed. So we're super happy with this moody, dark ensuite that we designed. When we select the stone for our countertop, the samples that we got was just really like tiny, like a 4x4 inch sample. And we did go into the store, to the showroom to look at the actual slab. And because they have so many different variation, but now that we're seeing in person and it's been installed against our cabinet, it's amazing. Usually when we do a very light color kitchen, we tend to choose a color that has a warmer undertone or taupe undertone, and then we will do that at 70% color instead of 100% color. In this case, we aim to get a 70% color on our wall cabinet and then our fridge and freezer, pantry area as well. However, the paint company delivered 100% color of this choice, and by then it was too late. The millwork company, the painters there have already started and delivered. The gables were installed, like you see here and here. So it was too late for them to remove and reinstalled. And also, the LED strips have been installed as well. So then we have to make sure that we not play it safe, but making sure that the clients are not paying additional money because we have so much more to spend on. The clients called me up and say, hey, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to like do the 70% or is it okay to do the 100%? So we came in on site to take a look at the color against our island color. We love this color anyway, regardless if it's 100% or 70%. We just wanted that 70% in this case. And then I'm looking at it now, it's a little bit of a difference, but I don't see it being an issue that will affect our design aesthetic. And also because of the quartzite that we have selected has that white taupey color that will ties in beautifully. And the island color that we did here also will, once everything is installed, the doors are installed, I think it's gonna look just as beautiful as our original option. So I cannot wait to see once the door go in. We love doing a lot of like these stone surround the windows, especially in the kitchen. We don't want to just leave the backsplash as is below the window trim. We decided to go up and surround the window with the same stone as our kitchen countertop and backsplash. We just add a lot of like character and it makes the space feel complete, and it also just makes it feel so luxurious. I love how they try to do the veining, like the bookmark veining here. I love it. Every little details, like in this kitchen with the stone, I love. You will see like where we connect the pieces together, but you won't see it being so obvious with like different veins going different ways. And that is really, really cool. When we do kitchen counter or bathroom countertops, we always do a double. Instead of doing a single pencil line, we always do double. So, and we try to also connect the veining as well to the edge to make it one. and consistent, as you can see here. I love that. I love the stone. Seeing it like in a big slab in the showroom versus seeing it here, it's super different because now it's in the place, it's in the kitchen, along with all the cabinets and everything. It feels great. The wall paneling details, we went with the similar to the door profile in the kitchen. We do that because it makes it feel very custom. And the baseboards, whenever we do this size home and the ceiling is 10 feet high ceiling, we tend to go with taller baseboards. So in this case, we did about a 9 inches high baseboard, which helps to give the space feel more grand. We use the same stone as the kitchen. We love that stone, and carrying that green into the space is just perfect. I can't wait for this whole thing to come together. I can already envision what this space is gonna look like in our design, but just seeing this in person installed, and I love it that we picked the lighter part of the quartzite for this particular room because we are doing so much green already. We just want that hint, peekaboo of green to show up. We carry in the baseboards as well from the rest of the house, the same height, and we will paint all this green. Everything is gonna be this green. I cannot wait. Even the door, this door will get painted green. The casing, the door. So when you're in the galley area, you look towards the powder room. When you have the doors closed, you see this green door. And when you come in, everything feels super luxurious. It's like you're in an oasis. I love it. So I noticed that the exterior is basically 100% completed. We're just waiting on the lighting fixtures to arrive. We have the numbers and everything's up, and essentially everything is done.
Let me open the door.
Thank you. We know that this project is pretty much the same layout as our previous project, Project Emerald, right? And there are some things in this project that makes it feel and look so different than Project Emerald. The use of the different materials, finishes, and even colors makes a difference, right? For example, in this living room fireplace, so the fireplace stone is porcelain, and I love the complex in colors and patterns, and it makes such a great focal point when you come up from the front foyer. And we love adding porcelain slabs in our fireplaces to create that focal point.
Actually, this is not really a porcelain, but they call it porcelain. They have some special quartz in it, so it make this porcelain's surface or this material porcelain harder and stronger for fireplace. So also doable for countertop.
Okay, I wanna see the butler's pantry and see the kitchen. I love the color.
A beautiful color.
I love it so much, and I cannot wait for this to unravel. So I can get to see
it's supposed to be unwrapped already yesterday. I don't know where's him.
It's all right. We get to see this though. It's beautiful. Okay, we have some issues with
What issue?
why are there pot lights and not appended in the center?
Well, I thought we...
No, when I say we'll do a different design, it doesn't mean that we're gonna do pot lights. I'm not a huge fan of pot lights in rooms like this, and I did mention that I still want a pendant in the center of this butler's pantry where you walk in from the dining into the kitchen. So this has to change.
I thought we agreed to do 5 part light instead of like, well, I guess I gotta have them back and do the ceiling support and cut a hole to do the hot light, and painter have to fix the ceiling again.
I really want that pendant because we already sourced it.
Okay,
Okay, because I really want that.
that's
That's the only thing that is the same in this room.
okay.
And I really want that. I need to have it. Thank you. Okay, so in this kitchen, remember when you called me up about this color and I couldn't even see? It's not bad. It really grows on me.
Yeah, I know,
color.
and I have to take all these, all these cabinets out. Cabinet doors out to repaint them and gable. That was not fun.
Well, it works out. So
Yeah.
sometimes mistakes happen and then good things come out of it, right? Like I
They look beautiful
actually
now.
don't mind this color. I actually love it.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
The kitchen, the island, and then into the great room. It just, wow.
It's still a mess right now.
Well, we're in a construction phase.
We
We're
know
not
we have to
fully,
stop the paint. We have to stop the painter. Hey, go outside. Let us do some video, and that is why here. We're supposed to be all clean out, but
That's all right. We chose this polished nickel because obviously the finishes got to be a little bit different from the previous project. So we chose polished nickel in this house intentionally since we decided to go with one color throughout the entire house with one sheen. So having the polished nickel it just elevates and it gives this elegant, luxurious feel
No,
to
it is. It does.
the overall
It's
aesthetic.
beautiful. I like that.
Like I would say all gold is fine as well, but polished nickel is so elegant and it will patina over time beautifully as much as the brass gold will. So in this great room, he made me redesign the millwork flanking the fireplace. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I just want this millwork to look very elegant and luxurious.
So you're
Expensive.
saying that what we originally designed was not elegant or luxurious?
it is. It does, but
It was, and it still is, but then you made us redesign to something else that you feel like, oh, we need more cabinet doors, or we need more of something else instead of, what are you doing?
I'm gonna want to see.
What are you doing? I want to reveal this a little later.
Let's do it now.
And now you guys get to see the millwork and why I love this millwork too. Don't get me wrong. I love it so much. The way that we redesigned it, it's similar, but it has a different feel of how we originally designed. We wanted something more open and airy, but he just felt like it was too simple for his taste. So then this
Actually,
happened, right?
it looks nice.
This happened. Don't mind the hollowness
gonna be
into this
glass.
door. It's gonna be glass. It's gonna showcase beautiful with the LED inside of the box.
It was not easy to do this with a both side pocket assembled and lifted up.
Nothing is easy. If it's easy, then it's
You remember that day, and I said to Mike, I said, that's why you always my best installer.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
He does exactly what I thought, one piece at a time, without removing the casing. And that's why I said what I said to him. You always been the best installer. Mike, you're amazing, Mike. Thank you.
I'm looking from the kitchen to the great room fireplace.
But this is nice. I like this.
I feel there obviously there's a connection with this porcelain to our quartzite in the kitchen. The color palette really ties it all in. We have some sort of bronze, gold, and greenish color with like cream, so it connects to our quartzite. And this room is gonna be phenomenal. I love it so much.
Color is also his perfect match too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but so far, the paint color
are beautiful. I love everything I see here. I really love it. The color flow very well.
Well, speaking of paint color, we had some issues.
A little bit about that, yes.
We had issues with the paint color because we did a color swatch back
Yeah, there we go.
before we
Yeah,
even
great.
did the color to the painters. We swatched 3-4 different colors, and the one that we went with was Arcadia White, 25% to 30% color. And because when we swatched the color, we did not get a whole gallon with the same sheen, the same the collection. So we did like the little swatch. So it was a different finish altogether. And so when we swatched it, it turned out to be a little lighter than when it was painted. So when it was painted, I came in to check in because I had a feeling that I want to see it. I came in and I was freaking out at 7 p.m. on like a Thursday. I was freaking out and I was like, Eric, we need to talk about the paint color because I can't look at this paint color because it looks too yellow. It would have just turned this house
Into a beige look.
yeah, but like mustardy. Like
I know.
So now
So we know next time.
we gotta swatch the actual sheen and the collection of the paint selection that we chose. Now,
Need to do that.
this is a new color and we love it. It's one of our go-to color, the color that is our go-to color. It's Simply White, OC117 from Benjamin Moore. This color, we have used it in our own office in a lot of our properties or all of our properties, but we were mixing it with Chantilly lace on like ceiling, trims, moldings, and things like that. But in this property, we are using one color throughout the house, ceiling, trim, moldings, doors, in the same sheen. So this house is gonna feel very larger than what it actually is, because when you use one color, it doesn't create boredom, it just creates a space that it helps to enlarge a space,
Makes the
essentially.
spaces bigger.
Yeah. Okay, so, wow. The last time we were here was just like barely anything down here.
Yeah, now it's like a lot of
Oh my God.
all beautiful. Oh, this stone is in.
Wow.
That's porcelain. This is nice. Beautiful porcelain.
Wow. Speechless.
Yeah.
Y'all, speechless.
This is done.
I'm like repeating myself like a broken record, okay? But when we're selecting porcelain slabs for our fireplaces or our lower suite kitchen, for example,
This is beautiful.
it does not look like porcelain. Yes, the surface is super duper polished, but this looks like natural stone. And that is why we take a lot of time to select these pieces to make sure that the space flows from one room to the next and it looks organic instead of looking like
It's an onyx to me.
a slab with all the veins.
Yeah, it looks like an
everywhere.
onyx.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
And
an onyx black, this one, I think.
he's eager to open all this up.
Yeah, I
but we
wanted to,
can't.
but can't. Yeah.
But you can see that there's dark walnut, millwork flanking the fireplace. Obviously, when we design all this fireplace and the millwork, we want to make sure that there's enough storage. And the color palette works beautifully in this living room with the stone. I love it so much.
Yeah, the walnut finish. Yeah, they're here. Beautiful.
We finalized the finishes. You had some concerns, like always.
Yeah, with the countertop. I remember.
Yeah, I remember you were
Yeah.
questioning about our two-tone
Yep.
millwork with
Walnut.
our countertop selections. You were like, are you sure you want to go with this color, with this countertop? You know, this is travertine. It's like
It was
beigey.
hesitant a little bit, yeah.
No, you were very hesitant. You asked me like 3 times. I'm smiling now because it's all done and I love it. And he's laughing because I think he likes it too.
Oh, now I love it. The way I see the whole thing, the overall, I have no say to it. It's like speechless.
Yeah, well, this is
Yeah.
the same layout of, the same layout kitchen as our Project Emerald. But again, broken record. the finishes are totally different. We got two-tone for our millwork. We have obviously the same waterfall for our peninsula, island/peninsula, and the travertine countertops and backsplash is just like icing on the cake because you feel this material.
Yeah,
you feel like it's natural, but obviously it's porcelain.
It's porcelain, yeah.
Okay, I guess this brings us to the end of our video since he's on the phone and always on the phone.
There you go, pass by.
Can we wrap it up?
Let me call and check for a second, okay?
All right, this brings us to the end of our video. Where we are at right now is finishing up the construction phase.
Yeah.
So we still have a bit of a way to go, but we're almost there. The next time you will come back here would be for lighting and hardware, and then start to style this property. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yes.
Okay, now you can make your call. Go ahead.
Can I take my...
No, make your call. Go upstairs and make your call. Let's go.